Hello, welcome to Kushit Yoga Sequence today. Today's objective will be very simple. Teach you some yoga asana which will help you to navigate the summers very well. So we have introduced something very good today which will help you to make your body cool in this hot summer. So we'll begin with the same sequence. We'll have some breathing techniques followed by yogic stretching, then some yoga asana, and in the last we'll have the guided meditation which will relax the body to the core. Okay, so now get your mats. Join in the practice. If you are joining for the first time, watch the demo first and then join. If you know about the yoga asana, just begin the practice. Just close your eyes. We'll start with deep breathing. Long breath, inhale and exhale. Remember, your shoulders should be relaxed. There should be no movement of your shoulders. Only the stomach should come out when you inhale and you should contract when you exhale. So with me, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Continue this for 30 seconds at your own speed. Not worry about the sequence or the breathing capacity. As per your convenience, with focus, continue breathing. Keep your eyes closed, shoulders relaxed. Calm your mind. Now we'll switch to the next breathing technique or pranayama, which is called Brahmari. Very powerful. The sequence is same. You inhale, but while exhaling, you make a humming sound, the sound of a bee. So just first the demo, long breath, inhale. With your throat, make the sound. So long breath, inhale. Now for the next 30 seconds, practice. Long breath, inhale. While exhaling. Inhale. Continue the practice. Very beneficial for anybody having any throat ailment, or for people who want to have a very good voice, people having thyroid issue. Very, very powerful. Keep practicing morning and evening. Inhale. Inhale. And relax your body, relax your sound, relax your mind. Just feel the calmness because of Brahmari. Those who know Shikri and Shikkari can keep their eyes closed. Others can open their eyes. First was the demo of Shikri and Shikkari, the cooling pranayama. So first, Shikri. In this, you need to roll your tongue and inhale with your mouth. Hold the air in your stomach and exhale with your nose. So when the air goes through your mouth, it cools down the whole respiratory tract, and when it comes out through the nose, it again cools the nasal tract. So it is a very cooling technique, especially for this hot summer. Very powerful, and let's practice to feel the benefits. So long breath, inhale from your mouth, hold, exhale. You have to do this 5 times. Inhale from mouth, hold, exhale from nose. Inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. Last, inhale, hold, exhale. Just relax. If you're doing for the first time, don't overdo it. You can feel that your stomach is starting to become cool, very cool and calm. So this is Shitli. Now we have Shitkali. In this, we need to bring our teeth together. Tongue behind the teeth and inhale. Hold and exhale from nose. Almost similar, but slightly different. So when the air passes through your teeth with the tongue behind, it cools the air down. And when the air goes through a respiratory tract, it cools the entire body. So now we'll again practice. Exhale. Inhale. Close your mouth. Hold and exhale from your nose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. If you're feeling uncomfortable in your head, in your mouth, or your stomach, just relax. Do not over practice. These two techniques are very beneficial for summers. These are especially designed for summers. If you want to practice in a cooler areas, just avoid them. But especially for summers, we should definitely practice during afternoon if you're feeling very hot in your house and you don't have AC. You're planning to purchase AC, but you couldn't because of the lockdown. So this is your air conditioner, which is brought to you from yoga. Okay. Now we come to the end of the first the sequence, which is breathing or pranayama. Now we'll have some stretching. So today we'll introduce some stretching which we can do while standing. So everybody just stand up. Almost similar yogic stretching, but while standing. So first, leg rotation. Lift your leg up while focusing on your leg. Just rotate. Reverse the direction of rotation. Very slowly, with entire focus on your ankle, and relax. Change. Right leg. Rotate. Reverse the direction. Balance yourself and relax. Now something for your knees. Just bend your knees a little bit. Your back straight and rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times. If you are not able to follow the practice, just watch my feet. I have slightly bended, but the legs are straight. When I rotate, I bend the legs and come back straight. Very good for your knees. You want to strengthen your knees? Practice this for both sides. First clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Now we have done something for your knees. Now something for your back. You might have seen this in dance, back rotation. So first clockwise. Just rotate from your back. Make a circle. Now reverse. and relax. So we are moving up. Now something for your shoulders. Hands parallel to your shoulders in one line. Slowly try to look back. Remember, the hands should be in line with your shoulders. When you go back, only your back will have a twist, nothing else. Do not move your legs. Slowly come back. Now right side. No jerk, no fast movements. Very slowly. And slowly come back. Now something for your neck. Neck rotation, nothing better than neck rotation. Look down and slowly rotate with the eyes closed. Complete awareness on your neck muscles and reverse. And relax. So with this, we have stretched our entire body. Now we have some balance asana. So just inhale, raise your hands up, interlock your fingers, and just come on your toes. This is called Tadasana. Your body is in one line, as straight as possible, and relax. Those who want to join us, raise your hands, interlock your fingers, stretch your body, and come on your toes. Others, practice once more and relax. Now, left side, stretch, come back, right side, come back, and relax. So these are very good for your shoulders. If you're working from home, this will relax your shoulders. Now, we'll do forward bend. Hold your hips. Just try to go down from your hips. Make a L shape to the ground and keep holding your back. Look down. Slowly come back. Now give support to your back like this. And slowly go backward. And slowly come back. Remember, these are preparatory ones, so do not overstretch yourself, not hurt your back. Just as per your comfort level, practice it. Now we'll do something very different today. Stretch your legs as much as possible. Very good for your face, your head, and your hair. So just try to go down, keep your hands on the ground, and look down. Close your eyes if possible. Those who are very flexible can take their head to the ground. Others, don't worry, just support your hands and look down. Slowly come back. And now slightly go backward. So whenever you go up or forward down, you should always go backward to strengthen your back. So hold your hand and slightly go backward. and relax. Now triangle pose. So from here, try to go on one side, left side or right side. We'll begin with right. Try to touch the ground and your hand in one line. From leg to your hand in one line. So it becomes a triangle. Very good for your knees, your back. Slowly come back. So if you are doing right side, you have to do left side as well. Both sides. Slowly come back and relax. Take long breath, inhale, relax your body and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now we'll do some balance asana. You might have seen this tree pose. Very good for your knees, your body, as well as your concentration. So anybody having vertigo issues, you should definitely practice. First, left side. So with the right hand balancing, keep your legs on your thighs, and once you are balanced, try to take your hands above your head. So in balance pose, the most important thing is you need to find a point in front of you which you can focus, so that you're tricking your mind that everything is stable, and then slowly you balance yourself. Slowly come down, first your hands, then your legs. Always in any balance asana, if you're doing left side, it is very important to do the other side. So now right side. First balance yourself. Once you balance, take your hands up. Again, this is called Vrikshasana or tree pose. One prominent thing to remember in tree pose is either you can keep your leg on the thighs, or if you're not able to balance on thighs, you can keep it here. But you should not keep it on the knees. That is the only point you need to remember. Otherwise, if you keep it on the knees, you're putting extra stress on your knee. It might damage your knee. So, if you're not able to balance slightly higher, just keep it here itself. That is also very good. And relax. Once both the sides are done, we'll do kite pose. So, this is also very good for your knees. On one knee, first try to take your leg behind. Once it is straight, then raise your hands. As if you are flying, like a kite. So, hands and then leg. Similarly for the other leg as well. So slowly take your leg back with complete balance of the other leg. The only point you need to think is this leg should not fold, so it should be straight from your legs. And relax. If you have knee surgery, please avoid this asana. Okay? Okay, once we have done all these, now it's time to relax your back. So just lie down on your back. We do Uttan Padasana or legs up on the wall. Lift your left leg up. Slowly take it down. Right leg up. Slowly take it down. Now both legs up. The only point you need to remember is there should be no knee fold. So you should not do this. You can either be here or here, but your legs should be straight. This is also completely fine as long as the legs are straight. But there is the actual position. Hold, slowly take it down. No force, no jerk. So you should not do like this. You should take it very slowly in a relaxed manner. Now we have something called a bridge pose. Fold your legs and lift your body. So from here, you need to lift your back above the ground. Once you're comfortable, try to raise one leg. Relax, change, relax, and relax your back. We'll do this once more. This is very good for improving your immunity, especially in this COVID-19 time, because this acts on your thymus gland. So we'll do it once more. Raise your back, right leg, change, left leg, change, and relax. Now we'll do something which is called Pavan Muktasana. Very good for your digestion. So raise your left leg up, fold, and try to move. Once you have tightened your leg, you need to raise your head and try to touch it. Now relax your head. Slowly release your leg, straight back, and then slowly down. Very good for your digestion. Anybody having indigestion or gas issues, this is the must practice for yoga. Now right leg, fold and hold. Raise your head. And relax. Slowly take it down. Now inhale and exhale. Now with this, both the legs are fold, hold, raise your head. Relax your head. And your legs. Very good for digestion. Now we'll do back twisting. So fold your legs, hands away from your body, in shoulder line. So we'll do 4 variations today. Very good for anybody having back issues. First take your legs towards left side, then your head towards right side. Close your eyes if you want. Feel the stretching in your back, your abdomen. Very good for diabetes. Very, very good. Slowly come back. First your head, then your legs. Now legs towards right side and head towards left side. So it should be opposite direction. Slowly come back and relax. Now, distance between your legs, just slightly separate your legs like this much distance and again twist towards left side and head towards right side. Your first knee should fall on second leg ankle. So that is the distance you should have. Again, close your eyes. Focus on breathing, the twisting in your back. Relax. Come back. Now right side. Look towards left side. Come back and relax. Now, third variation in this is you take one leg straight and keep the right leg folded. So left leg is straight, right leg is folding. Now right leg will go over the left leg and twist. Head will be toward right side. This will give more stretching in your back. Come back, first head, then your leg. Now change. Left leg folded, right leg straight, leg towards right side, head towards left side, and twist. Slowly come back and relax. Now fourth one, you need to take your right leg out and over your left leg you need to keep it on the other side and head towards right side. Those who are very flexible can hold your with the left hand your right leg on the other side. Others just try to keep your leg on the other side of the ground. This will give more stretching. The more stretching you can have. Slowly come back, raise your leg up, down. Now left leg out, over the right leg on the other side. Try to hold if you can and look on the left side. And relax. First your head, then your leg. Take some time in Savasana, 10 seconds to relax your body with this stretching which we did today. Come towards one side. Come in sitting position. Now something for your hips. We'll open the hips. Hold one leg. The leg which is straight, left leg, same hand will go behind. Right hand will go up with inhale, exhale, then slowly go down. Try to catch your leg, look down. Inhale and come back. Relax. Now for the other leg. Very good for your back, for your hips. This will open up your hips. So right leg, right hand will go behind. Left hand will go up. With inhale, exhale, and go down. Remember, no over stretching, no forcing your body. However you are comfortable, just hold your leg and relax your breathing. Inhale and come back and relax. Now, both the legs together. Inhale, exhale, go down. Inhale and come back and relax. Now come in sitting position. Just relax your breath. We'll do Shivani and Chitkari once more, and then we'll have a guided meditation. So we did 5 times before, 5 times now. Both the Shivani and Chitkari. Very good for face yoga. So if you have heard about face yoga, a lot of fancy names, it is nothing, just Shivani and Chitkari, which are pranayama or breathing techniques. So roll your tongue for Shivani. Inhale, close your mouth, exhale from your nose. Five times. Inhale, hold, exhale. Now Shitkari with your teeth. Close your teeth. Tongue behind your teeth. Close your mouth. Hold and exhale from your nose. Inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. Now side stretching. This side. So raise your hand. The other side. So we come back. The other side. And relax. So before guided meditation, you should do something exhaustive. Then only you can have a good guided meditation. So what we'll do today is we will try to have some fast movements, very fast movements. So since we practice this, we'll try to open our legs. We'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then go in the savasana. Okay, very fast movement. So 1, 2, as simple as that. Those who are very flexible, try to do more. Those who are not that flexible, just try to touch. If you can't touch, just have this movement. Okay? So we'll do this 20 times, 10 times each direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and Savasana. Just lie down on your back, distance between your legs, hands slightly away from your body, arms facing upwards, and focus on your breathing. Long breath, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now slow down your breath. Now we have a guided meditation. So whichever body part I say, you need to focus on it. Do not open your eyes till the end. Focus on your toes, your fingers, your feet. Focus on your ankle. Focus on your knees. Focus on your thigh muscles. Do not worry about anything. Mind is being distracted by thoughts. Just bring it back on your body, but no physical movement. Focus on your hips. Focus on your chest. Your entire back, from lower back to upper back. Focus on your fingers, your palm, your wrist, your elbow, and back to your shoulders. Move the energy upwards. Focus on your neck, on your chin, on your mouth. Have a smile on your face. Your cheeks, your ears, on your nose, remember, do not open your eyes. The whole energy of the body is directed at the face now. Focus on your eyes. On your forehead, complete awareness of the body. Feel the heaviness of the body as if it is very difficult to lift it up. Now focus on the center point between your two eyes or your third eye. Now for the next 30 seconds, there will be no voice, no disturbance. You just focus on yourself, your breath, or wherever your mind takes. Even if you're having thoughts, just go with the flow. But do not open your eyes. I will wake you up after 30 seconds. Slow movement in your fingers, in your legs. Slowly take your body, but do not open your eyes. Bring your legs together. Tilt your body towards right side or left side. Use your hands as support. Come in sitting position. Gently rub your palms, massage your face, your forehead, your cheeks, your throat, and slowly open your eyes behind your hand. You'll be feeling very calm and cool in your body. The special sequence for summers with Chitri and Chitkari included, presented to you by Ashok Vishnoi from Kushi Se Yoga. Thank you for joining for today's session. If you have any queries and concerns, do let us know and we'll solve them. Thank you so much for participating today and have a healthy day. Hari Om.